What is good, everybody? Hello, hello. It is Wisdom Wednesday. It's also Ask Juliana, where you guys get an opportunity to ask me a question and I'll come back through and answer. So, this one is around losing weight, and particularly, how do I do that? I can't find the right way. It doesn't seem like I can keep with it or stick with it. It just seems so complicated, right? So, first, I want to start by challenging you to consider the weight that you want to lose. So I know that this person is speaking in terms of physical weight, but check this out. Sometimes where we need to lose weight is in our minds. Negativity weighs something, right? And focusing on the wrong things can really weigh us down, quite literally, right? Or even living in an emotional home of a lot of complicated and heavy emotions, that's also really, really heavy and can weigh us down, right? So there's different kind of weight. And I just challenge you to think, is it physical weight that you want to lose? Is it mental weight? Is it an emotional weight? Think about that, right? Just want to challenge you to think about that straight from the top. But when it comes to losing something, I want to lose something, I also want to challenge you right from the top to consider what you are going to gain if you do lose. Because a lot of times when we have this intention, could be well meaning, of course, right? But a lot of times when we have this intention that I want to lose something, we start fixating on how much we want to lose, or how much we haven't lost yet, or how far we still have to go, or why am I not losing anything? And we just get caught up in this lose game, right? So instead, when you start this journey of whatever it is that you want to lose, decide why it is that you want to lose it. Come up with a list of at least 30, but if you can go to 50 or even 100, amazing, right? Do that. But come up with a list of as many things as you can about the benefits that you'll gain when you do lose this. So, for example, if you lose a lot of extra mental weight, maybe you start tapping into your creativity like never before. Maybe you actually think way more clearly throughout the day and you get less headaches. Maybe you start focusing on gratitude more than you ever have in your life, and good things start coming to you in a way that they never have before. Maybe you start connecting with people on a different level than you ever had before. You actually start attracting some really great relationships into your life. You get the idea, but start coming up with a list of as many things as you can think of that are benefits as to why losing mental weight is worth it. Because if you have to lose mental weight, we're transformed by the renewing of our mind, okay? But that also comes at a sacrifice. Sometimes we don't feel like reading the word of God. Sometimes we don't feel like challenging our thinking. Sometimes we don't want to think about what we're thinking about. We just want to numb out, right? So there is a cost to eliminating mental weight, right? But the benefits and the payoffs far outweigh the cost if you actually sit and decide that that is true for you, okay? Okay. So, next thing, after you make that list, I am going to break this down in terms of pounds and weights and calories and physical weight. Okay. And I'm just going to give you a simple way to help you challenge your own thinking about losing weight. A lot of times we have ideas in our mind, like if I just work out harder, if I just work out every day, if I just push myself, if I just move through my workouts faster, if I work out 2 times a day, then that's going to work, right? And sometimes we work ourselves right into a ton of injuries and just offset our goal in the first place. Or maybe we think too, like, I'm just going to eat less. I'm only going to eat 500 calories a day. Well, does that even make sense to you though? Like, is that actually what your body needs to function? And can you sustain that long term? And what are the consequences of putting your body into starvation mode, right? What are the consequences of not giving your body what it needs to function well? Right? What really are you going to create, right? Maybe you're going to have a ton of headaches. Maybe you're going to be moody as all get out, right? Maybe there's going to be like too many consequences that don't even make sense to go down that path. But a lot of times we do things without challenging our thinking. So, when it comes to weight loss specifically, because I know this can be a vulnerable area for a lot of people, I do want to preface by saying that I am not a health coach. I am not a physical trainer. I'm none of those things, but I am a professionally certified life coach. I am somebody that was a former gymnast and a track athlete. I ran track all through college. I am somebody that has discipline and has built discipline into my life when it comes to taking care of myself. But that has not come without failures, without setbacks, without a lot of different learning curves and a lot of different experiences that have revealed and taught a lot. But what it does come from is showing up anyway, right? And it comes from like knowing things that didn't work and trying a lot of different things. So I am not saying that I've got it figured out, but I do actually enjoy taking care of myself now. And that was not always the case. And I don't own a scale. I don't diet. I don't stress myself out of this. Over this, I don't work out usually more than 30 minutes a day now, 30 to 45 minutes a day. And it's become so manageable. And again, something that I look forward to. And to me, that's freedom, that I'm not giving all this energy to focusing on just how to lose my weight off my body, right? Or how to get a workout in. I don't want to spend my whole day focusing on that. I want to free up my mind and my time and my energy and my resources to other things. Okay. So I found something that really, really works for me, and I've had other people try it on and it seems to work for them. So that's where this is coming from, but it's not coming from a place of like, you must follow this because I'm an expert in this. You got to try. The truth is you got to try and find things that work for you. But I found that when you can make it something that you are clear on why you're doing and going after this goal in the first place, when you know all of the benefits, that makes the journey worthwhile. It actually makes it something that you look forward to. And then when you do this part that I'm going to break down for you, when you make it simple, meaning that it's sustainable for you, it's something that you can show up and do consistently, it's more than likely that you're going to keep that up and that you're going to have long-term benefits. It's not going to be like this quick drop of weight and then you just gain all of it, if not more back, or it's not going to be this crazy workout routine where you injure yourself and then, you gain extra weight because of all this time off. It's not going to be any of this crazy yo-yo. It's just something that's consistent and relatively easy for you to show up and do if you show up and choose to do it. Okay. So without further ado, here it is. Let's say, and I'm going to walk you through a hypothetical. Let's say that you want to lose 2 pounds a week. That means that you need to burn off, right, 7,000 calories, because it literally takes 3,500 calories. You got to burn 3,500 calories to burn off 1 pound of weight. Okay. So let's make it even more simple. Let's say that you're just going to burn off 1 pound a week. Okay. But this gives you an idea of why sometimes we make change so drastic and it's just not attainable. And the more realistic you are in the sense of like big goal, yes, but flexible in how you achieve the goal, the more flexible you are, the more likely you'll stay at it. So here's the thing. Let's say that you are, again, burning 1 pound a week. So you're going to be burning off 3,500 calories throughout the course of a week. Keep this simple. Maybe you have a gym membership, but you can only get there 3 times a week because of your job or because of kids or because of other things that you're juggling. Cool. 3 times a week. Let's say that that's doable. Maybe it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe it's Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Maybe it's a different mix of days based on your schedule. But let's say that you work out 3 times a week for 45 minutes to an hour, okay, of good quality movement in those workouts. All right. So say that you do that. You burned off 1,500 of those 3,500 calories to get to 1 pound. Where do those other 1,500 come from? Well, what I want to encourage you to think about is they come from quality movement every day. Let's say that you walked 3 other days of the week for 30 minutes. Maybe you burned off your other 1,500 right there. Or maybe you incorporated movement into your everyday life. And it could be simple. When you go to the grocery store once a week, maybe you park all the way out, right? And you roll your cart all the way out there. Maybe you take the stairs at work. Maybe you walk around the office, or if you're in a really hot place during the workday, maybe you're walking around in the office on a different floor or something on the outskirts of it. Maybe you take a walk, early in the morning or at night, and you listen to your favorite podcast or a training to develop yourself. Maybe you agree to meet up with a friend once a week and walk around a lake or like a local park once a week, right? But there's creative ways that you can incorporate good quality movement into your week every week. Maybe you are going to pick up your kids from soccer, but you spend a few minutes just playing with them as well, right? Like there's ways that you can do that. And the benefits would be you're spending quality time with your kids, right? And it was on a trip that you had to do anyway because you had to go pick them up, right? And you worked up an appetite for dinner. Maybe it is you get to spend more time with a friend when you didn't think that that was possible. But there's benefits to this that we don't often think about. We tend to approach some things that seem unattainable in the beginning with a lot of drudgery, and we talk ourselves out of it. And that's never the way to attain a goal. It can actually be a joyful experience and be an uplifting experience to take care of yourself, okay? Maybe it's you join a club sport that you love. Maybe you used to play basketball and you really love that. So you just, find times where people play basketball at the gym and you join them once a week, twice a week, whatever it is for you. But it's so important to just think about quality movement versus I need to go bigger, faster, and just like go at this thing, and then I get myself injured or I'm too sore, or I gotta like eat less because that's the only way that I can count these calories or get rid of these calories. And then because that's not sustainable, then you like binge eat, or then you drink a ton of alcohol, right? And you cancel all this stuff out. So if you're just realistic about what's happening too, when you see how much effort sometimes that it takes to actually burn off 1 pound, you're like, is eating that whole thing worth it though? Like, do I need to do that? Is that actually going to energize me, or is it going to put me into a food coma, right? You can start challenging how you're thinking and approaching things so that it can be more attainable for you to keep showing up and stay committed and consistent, because that's really where the results come from, okay? And it seems like they happen overnight, but it doesn't happen that way. It comes from consistent showing up every day. All right, so the other thing to factor in is a lot of folks underestimate how much water that you need to be drinking to literally flush out lactic acid in your body. When you are breaking muscle fibers to build muscle, you are literally moving lactic acid in your body too, and you need to flush that out. Drinking a gallon of water is a great way to replenish your body. Your muscles are made up of a ton of water, and they need that replenishment, right, to avoid soreness. Think about a dry sponge. That is almost what it looks like when you don't drink enough water. It's just like dry, you can't swallow, you get headaches. It's just not a good time, right? So always drink more water than you think is necessary. So one of the ways that you can do this too, keep it fun and easy, get one of those water jugs that breaks down, it's a gallon, right? And it breaks down how much water you should be drinking throughout the day. It encourages you. So you can drink water the first thing when you wake up. You can drink some before your breakfast. You can drink some after. You can drink some before lunch, after lunch, right? Before dinner, after dinner. And you finish that whole jug throughout the course of a day. And you would be surprised how much better your body actually functions. Your skin will probably clear up. You'll also have more energy, less headaches, right? Your body won't be as sore and heavy, and it'll make it easier to keep showing up to work out. So sometimes we underestimate a simple thing. So right there, when it comes to losing even a pound a week, that could be, I'm going to move my body 30 minutes every day. I'm going to get creative about how I do this. It doesn't always have to be a gym workout where I sweat on a treadmill, right? But it can be just good quality movement every day, because all it is a calorie burn. It's math, right? So when you think about that, when you're taking care of your body, inevitably you do tend to want to eat better, right? There's a ripple effect, right? So between moving your body every day and drinking a gallon of water, you will feel like a new human, and you will also lose weight if you keep that up. Okay. So what I want to challenge you to do with this, right, is not to just take into this word and get this new perspective, but to challenge yourself to come up with 21 ideas. That's one idea a day that you can get good quality movement into your day. 21 ideas, because for 21 days, you can schedule every one of those things into your week and embrace moving your body for 30 minutes a day to really establish this as a new habit. Because we don't break a bad habit by focusing on it. We break a bad habit by creating a new good habit. Okay, so the more you throw yourself into a good habit, again, knowing why you're doing it and the benefits of continuing to show up every day like that, the easier it is to make that something that just is part of your lifestyle, and it's just something that you do and how you show up, right? So for years of my life, this has just been an area that I've been consistent with. And it's not because I'm a special human, but it's because I, again, failed a lot. Like I came from the world of like high intensity athletics where you work out for like 3+ hours a day. Not kidding. That's what you do as a gymnast, right? That's not realistic. And when you suddenly stop working out like that, what do you do? How do you take care of yourself, right? Or, if you're not a track athlete with a team and that kind of motivation, how do you take care of yourself every day? Or if I don't want to just do, a meditation every day, what's another way that I can move my body? What's a way that I can show up that makes sense for me? So some of my favorite things, I actually built a garage gym in my own home. This was not something that was actually like a vision or a dream of mine, but it's just something that I had an inspiration to do and figured out how to do. I just thought of the things that I might need, like a wall mirror, some good quality cushy mats and like different weights and things, and just made that happen. Now I can work out every day, right? And I love that. I don't have to drive to a gym. I don't have to pay for a membership. I can literally just do a workout online. And when I work out, I watch the workout and turn the volume down. And then I'm playing a training or a podcast. So I'm listening to a podcast and just working out. Because usually, if you watch just the breakdown of the movements, then you can learn it. And you can just, if you know the number of reps and stuff, you can just figure it out. So that's typically what I do. And it's my new favorite thing. It's a way to like take my mind off of other things. And it's a way to take care of my body. And then I can always like do some breath work and meditate and visualize in that space as well. And I didn't have to get in my car. I didn't have to commute. I didn't have to, worry about working out barefoot without shoes or, what I'm wearing, right? None of that became an issue. And that became something super simple for me. And then, because I live in a super hot place, I started going to this beautiful lake and running around the lake once a week, right? I call it Sunday run day. Or, other days of the week too, later in the night before sunset, when it's really beautiful outside, I'll plug in earbuds and then go on a walk and listen to something, right? So I'm getting a training, right, in developing myself versus just sitting in front of a computer screen, which a lot of us do all day, every day. So I just incorporated movement into it. And these are some of my favorite ways to take care of myself. So I just encourage you, when it comes to losing, again, think about what you are gaining instead. Come up with a list of as many things as you can, but at least 30 about all the things that you're going to gain, right? And all the things that you're going to learn and how you are going to benefit in continuing to show up every day and work towards this goal. Number 2 is break it down and keep it simple. What if it were just about mobility and quality movement every day? What if it weren't you need to go to the gym every day and work out for 2 hours? What if it wasn't you had to like eliminate a certain number of calories from your diet every week? What if it wasn't that dramatic? What if it was just simple and easy to do? And it would work. It'll work if you work it. So come up with a simple plan and something that you want to do, right? If you want to lose a pound a week, you can do this 21 days at a time, right? Week by week. There's all of those weeks that you can build up, and you can lose the weight in a pretty quick amount of time. And you might actually burn more calories than you think if you just stay consistent. Okay. And then also keep in mind the amount of water that you need to drink is far greater than what you think. And then put this into practice. Come up with a list of 21 ideas of how you can creatively move your body every day, whether that's setting up a date with a friend, whether that's listening to a training on a podcast while you're out for a walk, whether it's spending more time outside with the kids. Whatever it is for you, come up with your list, right? And pencil it into your calendar. And you can kind of guesstimate the best days in your schedule to do these different things. But write out a list of these things for 21 days. Now, you might swap the day that you do it, which is totally fine. Especially if you have a written planner, you can just cross it out and move it over. Not the big deal. Just focus on moving your body in some sort of creative way every day. All right? Guys, I hope this message blessed you, encouraged you, made losing weight sound way more easy and simple than we often make it out to be. If you do have a question, my email is below. You can shoot me an email, and I typically come back around and answer questions on Wednesdays. So that's the best way that you can do that. As far as getting connected, I have different coaching programs, a great mastermind that you can get into, different books and resources that you can find over at julianapage.com. And if you want some spirit-filled real talk in your life, you are in luck. I do a podcast as well. So go find that. It's called Spirit-Filled Real Talk with Juliana, anywhere you get your podcasts. All right, guys, until next time, stay blessed.